Hi everyone, welcome to James English. Today, let us begin a new series English Grammar for various competitive exams. These classes are meant for not just one particular exam. It helps various exams like TET and DSC, SI and Constables, Banking, RRB, SSC, CGL, and other competitive exams. Today, let us begin with an interesting topic, that is alphabet to the sentences. In this chapter, let us focus on what is an alphabet, how words are formed, what is a phrase, what is a clause, and what is a sentence. Now let us start with a simple question. What is an alphabet? Please observe the following pictures. Okay, so what is an alphabet? An alphabet is a group of letters or a set of letters or a set of symbols which are used in a language. And we can say alphabet refers to a group of letters or symbols which are used in a language. And these alphabets are used in a particular symbol, in a particular order. Hence, they provide some sense or meaning. Now, just look at alphabet. What is alphabet? As I already said, alphabet refers to a group of letters or symbols arranged in a specific order. When you keep these alphabet in a particular order, what do we get? We get words. We get words. And when you keep these words in a particular order or a pattern, and what do we get here? And here we get group of words. We get group of words. So try to observe. When you keep alphabet in a particular order, what do we get? Words. And when you arrange those words in a particular order, and we get group of words. And these group of words can be three types. What are they? First one is phrases. Second one is clauses. And the third one is sentences. Third one is sentences. When you keep words in a particular order, we get a group of words, and those group of words can become what? Phrases, clauses, or sentences. In this class, let us try to deal what is a phrase, what is a phrase, and what is a clause, and what is really a sentence. So, without wasting any minute, let us continue with the first topic, that is, what is a phrase? Please observe the following examples. I want everyone to concentrate on these group of words. The first example, in the East. The very minute when you read in the East, what do you understand? Here we have words. Look at the example. In is a word, the is a word, East is a word. And put together, we can say that phrase means a group of words. Do you agree with me? A phrase refers to what? A group of words. Or look at the another example. Beside is a word, the is a word, river is a word. And put together, what you can call it? It is a group of words. And when I say in the East, beside the river, or in the class, is there any meaning? Yes, absolutely there is some meaning. We have some meaning. Hence we can say phrase gives some meaning. A phrase gives some meaning. But when I say the very minute in the East, beside the river, in the class, is there complete sense in it? No, absolutely. We don't have no sense. It doesn't give complete sense. Hence, we can also say that a phrase does not give a complete sense. So once again, a phrase, what is a phrase? A phrase means a group of words. It gives some meaning and it does not give complete sense. And the last part, a phrase doesn't consist of subject and verb. Look at the example in the class. Is there any subject here? No. Is there any verb here? No. So we can come to a conclusion. Phrase is a group of words. It gives some meaning, but it doesn't give complete sense. In the phrase, we do not see a subject and a verb. Let me provide a few more examples within a sentence. Please read the following examples. The sun rises in the east. Can you please tell me what is the phrase here? Very good. Here the phrase is in the east. Then what about the second example? There is a big tree beside the river. There is a big tree beside the river. The children are in the class. Here the words in the east, beside the river, in the class, everything refers to what? They refer to a group of words. They provide some meaning, but they do not give complete sense and they do not contain a subject and a verb. So we can come to a conclusion. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words. It provides some meaning but doesn't give complete sense. It doesn't consist of subject and verb. I'm very sure now you have a clear picture on what is a phrase. But then shall we check your ability of identifying phrases? Yes, absolutely. It's a question time. It's question time. So identify the phrases in the following sentences. Here I have provided a few examples. Please read them and tell me what are the phrases. First example. The birds fly in the sky. What is the phrase here? Everyone should try, please. Here the phrase is in the sky. Second example. The children are playing in the garden. The children are playing in the garden. What is the phrase here? In the garden. Then, my mother is in the kitchen. What is the phrase here? My mother is in the kitchen. Very good. I saw a cat under the table. Where it is under the table. So what is the phrase here? Under the table. The baby is sleeping in the room. Where she is sleeping? In the room. Hence we can say that here in the sky, in the garden, in the kitchen, under the table, in the room, all these are known as phrases. Then how many types of phrases are there? In English, we have 4 types of phrases. They are noun phrases, adjective phrases, adverb phrases, and verb phrases. So on types of phrases, I will make a separate video. So for time being, just remember what is a phrase. Tell me, what is a phrase? Phrase refers to group of words. It gives some meaning but does not give complete sense, and a phrase doesn't consist of subject and verb. Now, having learned what is a phrase, now let us try to concentrate on what is a clause. Please read the following example. While I was walking along the road, I saw an accident. Just imagine, the following example is divided into 2 parts. We can say this is a part 1 and this is another part 2. Would you please read for me part 1? While I was walking along the road. While I was walking along the road. While is a word. I was walking along the road. So, clause also refers to what? Group of words. Group of words. Do you agree with me? Yes, absolutely. Clause also refers to what? A group of words. Then, is there any meaning in the clause? While I was walking along the road, yes, it provides some meaning. It gives some meaning. It gives some meaning. A clause gives some meaning. Is it complete or incomplete? Please tell me, is it complete or incomplete? Absolutely, this is incomplete. This is incomplete. This is incomplete. So once again, I would like to provide, clause refers to what? Group of words. Group of words. It gives some meaning. It gives some meaning. Complete or incomplete? It is incomplete. It is incomplete. And such clauses are known as dependent clauses. Such clauses are known as dependent clauses. What is a dependent? Dependent clause is a group of words which gives some meaning but doesn't give complete meaning. And to have a complete meaning, it depends on some other part of the sentence. And such clauses are known as dependent clause or subordinate clause. It is also known as subordinate clause. Now, just look at the other part. I saw an accident. Here, while I was walking along the road is one part, I saw an accident is another part. The very minute when you read I saw an accident, and here also we can come to a conclusion that this is also a group of words. It provides some meaning or complete meaning. It provides complete meaning. It provides complete meaning. So, does it give complete sense? Yes, it gives complete sense. Hence, such kind of clauses are known as independent clauses. Such kind of clauses are known as independent clauses. And independent clause is also known as a main clause. It is also called main clause. And a main clause is also referred with another name, that is a principal clause. It is also known as principal clause. Let me summarize for you. Clause is a group of words. It gives some meaning. Sometimes it is incomplete and sometimes it is complete. When it is incomplete, it is also known as a dependent clause or subordinate clause. When a clause gives a complete meaning, it is called independent clause, main clause or principal clause. Let me give you another example. I want everyone to participate so that you get complete clarity on what is a clause. Please read the following example for me. When I saw them, they were playing in the garden. So, how many parts are there in this example? Yes, we can say there are two parts. Can you please read first part for me? Yes, what is that? When I saw them. When is a word, I saw is a word, them is a word. Altogether, what you can call it? Group of words. Does it give you a complete meaning? No. Then this is known as what kind of clause? Dependent clause. This is known as dependent clause. Then look at the other part. They were playing in the garden. They were playing in the garden. Does it give complete sense? Yes. It doesn't have to depend on this part of the sentence. Hence it is known as independent clause. Independent clause. Independent clause is also known as main clause. It is also known as principal clause. Hence, we can come to a conclusion. What is a clause? The clause means group of words. It gives us some meaning. Sometimes clauses are complete and sometimes clauses are incomplete. A clause consists of subject and verb. Previously, we spoke about what is a phrase. Let us try to compare what is a phrase and what is a clause. See, phrase is a group of words, clause also a group of words. A phrase is incomplete, but whereas a clause is sometimes complete and sometimes incomplete. In the phrase, we do not see a subject and verb, but whereas in the clause, we find subject and verb. Here I have mentioned very clearly in the clause we find subject and verb. Please read the example for me. While I was walking along the road, I saw an accident. Here the subject is I and the verb is walking. And here subject is I and the verb is saw. And here the subject is I and the verb is saw. But here the subject is they and the main verb is playing. Hence we can come to a conclusion. A clause consists of subject and verb. And there are different types of clauses. So we can divide clauses into two types. They are based on meaning, based on structure. In the based on meaning, we have three types of clauses. They are noun clause, adjective clause, adverbial clause. And based on structure, we have five types. They are dependent clause, independent clause, coordinate clause, defining relative clause, non-defining relative clause. So here also I will provide another video class on types of clauses. Then before we move on to the next topic, that is what is a sentence, let us try to have a small exam on what is clause and find out the difference between dependent and independent clauses. It's question time. Identify the dependent and independent clauses in the following sentences. Are you ready? Right. Now you need to read an example and you need to underline and write that this is dependent and this is independent. By the way, what is a dependent? A dependent clause is a group of words which gives some meaning but doesn't give complete meaning. Likewise, an independent clause is a group of words which gives a complete meaning. Now, let me read an example for you. If you work hard, if you work hard, you will get good marks. You will get good marks. While I was watching TV, the power went off. When I reached the station, the train had already left. Look at the first example. If you work hard, you will get good marks. Now let us divide this example into two parts. Now, if you work hard is dependent or independent? If you work hard is definitely a dependent clause. This is a dependent clause. Because to have complete meaning, this part of the sentence is depending on this part of the sentence. And dependent clause is also known as subordinate clause. Then what about you will get good marks? You will get good marks is called independent clause. Independent clause. Independent clause is also known as main clause. It is also known as principal clause. Principal clause. Let me read second example for you. While I was watching TV, the power went off. While I was watching TV, is it dependent or independent? Yes, this is absolutely dependent clause. Then the power went off should be called as independent clause. Independent clause. And the third example, when I reached the station, or before I reached the station, the train had already left. Here we can come to a certain conclusion that these group of words are not complete. To have complete meaning, this group of words are depending on this group of words. Hence we can call it this is a dependent clause or subordinate clause. Or subordinate clause. And the other part should be known as independent clause. Hence friends, we can come to a conclusion. There are different types of clauses based on its meaning, based on the sense. So in the near future, I will certainly provide a beautiful video on the types of clauses. Now let us move on with what is a sentence. What is a sentence? Please observe the examples before we come to a conclusion or before we learn the definition of a sentence. Akbar was a great king. Akbar is a word, was great king. Altogether, we can say that a sentence indicates group of words. Then, in the sentence, we have Akbar as a subject, and the rest of the part we can call it as a predicate. We can call it as predicate. That means in a sentence we can find subject and predicate. In the sentence we can find subject and predicate. And please read the example once again. Akbar was a great king. It provides complete meaning. It provides complete meaning. And a sentence starts with a capital letter, ends with a punctuation mark. Please observe the word Akbar. It begins with a capital letter, ends with a punctuation mark. Punctuation mark means it can be full stop or into a question mark, or we can also use exclamatory mark. These are known as punctuation marks, right? So friends, we can come to a conclusion. A sentence is a group of words. It consists of subject and predicate. It gives complete meaning. A sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a punctuation mark. Let me read two more examples for you. Delhi is the capital of India. Here, what is the subject? Delhi. The cow is a useful animal. What is the subject here? The cow. Useful animal. Is a useful animal becomes a predicate. So, we can come to a conclusion. A sentence gives always complete meaning. It starts with a capital letter, ends with a punctuation mark. Then, types of sentences. There are two types of sentences we can say. They are based on meaning. The other one is based on structure. According to based on meaning, we have 5 types of sentences. They are assertive sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, exclamative sentence, and optative sentence. Then, based on structure, we have just 3 types. They are simple, compound, complex sentences. But we can also add another one, that is a compound complex sentence. Compound complex sentence. So put together we have, based on structure, 4 types of sentences. So friends, I would like to provide another video on types of sentences, because it's a very important topic. It requires several examples. So I will provide a video on types of phrases, types of clauses, and types of sentences. Now let us try to summarize today's class. In today's class, we learned what is an alphabet. An alphabet means a group of letters or symbols used in a language. Group of letters arranged in a specific pattern become words. Group of words can be a phrase, a clause, or a sentence. Phrase is incomplete. Clauses are sometimes complete. Sentences give complete meaning. So we can come to a conclusion. So from alphabet we form words. Through words we form group of words. Through group of words we can form phrases, clauses, and sentences. So in today's class, I have provided you basic information, the background behind what is the alphabet, group of words, phrase, clause, and sentence. In the next video, we will continue with the types of phrases, types of clauses, and types of sentences. So please do follow James English channel. It provides you vast knowledge on English grammar for various competitive exams. If you like this video, please forward to your friends, and please do subscribe so that I can provide you so many relevant, important, useful videos on various competitive exams. The very minute when you subscribe, you will get all the notifications related to our channel. And remember, at 8 p.m. daily, we will have live doubts clarification session. Doubts clarification session happens in our Telegram channel. So please do come to our Telegram channel, that is also named as James English. So every day at 8 p.m. all your doubts will be clarified. You can ask any doubt in relation to the video which I post. I wish you all the best.